Good Morning Football. We are presented by Audi, live in New York City. Happy Wednesday. It is April 11th. My name is Kay. We've got Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt, as always, and Reggie Bush. Enjoying your week?
I am.
Yeah.
It's already 9 o'clock, man. It's
crazy.
Fun,
man.
I'm having too much fun over here.
Love hearing that.
Reggie, you want to be in the intro animation?
I do, yeah. I was hoping that I can get
What
one
would
of
be
those
your New
before
York
I leave.
scene? Like
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live, they all do it. So like, what would be your New York
My scene?
Yeah.
I think I'd be like walking down the street in like New York somewhere.
Eating a breakfast burrito.
Yeah, you know, eating a pizza. Eating a pizza in New York, walking down the street.
Forget about it. Yelling at some
yeah.
cab driver or something?
Yeah, yelling at some cab drivers.
I don't want to.
Standing at a street corner and water gets like splashed.
Yeah.
I'm walking here.
There'd be a lot of good production value. Ours consisted of each sitting here and the other three of us making faces to make us laugh.
Yes.
And that's really what it was.
And it worked.
And it was like 20 minutes into meeting each other.
Sure.
I'm not kidding.
We looked so much younger and better than you look then. Now it's like faces of meth. Like then now look terrible. It's terrible. Just keep running it. Never change it.
Time for the lead block. It's Wednesday. That doesn't mean we talk about meth, Kyle. It means you grab your whiteboard and you uncap the markers because it's time for Whiteboard Wednesday, presented by Audi. The Giants took Josh Rosen out to dinner. The Jets took Baker Mayfield out to dinner. The one thing that one of these prospects at these dinner could do to make them virtually undraftable is what? Curb this for me.
I got it.
Curb this up.
So many dating analogies.
Yes.
It's so great that you said curb too, because I'm going right out of the
Very
curb.
curby.
Listen, if they pull the bathroom trick,
What's the
bathroom
bathroom
trick is you sit there, you have a nice dinner with someone, you have some dessert, you have some coffee, and as the coffee's being taken away, you say, you know, I got to go check into the men's room, and you leave whilst the check is being delivered.
Nobody's ever done that.
Oh, believe me, Larry wrote the book on the bathroom trick. I've done it myself. Look at that guy right there. He got stuck with the check. That is a classic bathroom trick.
And then the person leaves and goes where?
Well, they go to the restroom, and when they come back, they're like, oh, you paid for it?
I thought you were
I
saying-
would have split. I'll get the next one. I'll get the next one. They come back, and the guy's like, well, the thing's sitting here. I guess you
All right,
should
but
pay. It's
Kyle,
the bathroom trick.
in all truth, if
Yes.
you're a draft prospect, if you're Baker Mayfield and the check comes and you're with the owner of the Jets, are you really pulling out your wallet?
I would. I'd go through
Take
it.
the offer?
Yes, I would. I'd reach for it. In fact,
wouldn't.
what a move would it be if you actually grabbed the check? So, yes, reach for it or not, you can't disappear come check time.
I'm going with this one. This is something that ketchup on a steak. I've seen it.
I bet it's happened.
I've seen it.
That's the end. That's the end all be all.
This is it. This
There's
is
a
where
stock
you walk.
photo of it.
Not
Can't
on my
draft.
team.
Can't draft someone who does it. Can't. Not a leader.
What about
Has no social.
What about A1?
Not A1 sauce. Absolutely not. Unless you're at a chain restaurant. You are
You can't use A1 sauce, steak sauce.
at a real stick. No.
Not at a real steak.
I know that's a popular
No.
take. What if I just like A1 sauce? What do I give a damn what you
like,
think?
what do you care?
Well,
Barbecue
just
sauce?
Back up that. Why can't you use it?
Guys.
Regroup, Peter. Go on. His brow is furrowed.
A chef is in the back there making a steak. You're paying $60 for the steak.
Yeah.
He's putting seasoning on it.
Yeah.
He's getting it all ready. He's putting it in the grill. He's getting it ready. And you're going to come in and you are going to desecrate that thing
Blaspheme.
with the number 57 all over it. Red gook. To make it taste like it's a $1 hot dog in New York City bathroom water.
I mean, when you
disgusting.
say it like that, and I have to rethink it.
If a prospect did it, I would have to take him off my board.
Wow.
Peter, you act like you're some sommelier of food. I've eaten with you before. I've seen you lick the ketchup off a napkin, dude, so you get all of it. You eat half the meal off your shirt when you're leaving the restaurant. Don't act like you're a sophisticated Bobby Flay over here. Sorry. Probably put A1 on your steak. Come on, Peter.
What do you
Glass
got?
houses.
What do you got,
Michelin
Reg?
stars.
Yeah, Michelin stars.
Talking on the phone
good one.
Oh,
or
good
texting
one.
too much. Yeah, I think that could be a deal breaker if you're not like fully engulfed in the conversation with the owners, the coaches, the GMs.
Yeah.
You're texting or talking to whoever. And
It's
you're
like a
not-
date.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like a
don't
date,
have your
exactly.
phone
Like,
out.
yeah.
So,
like
Reggie,
my,
when
my
you were
wife
out
says
with
it
the
to me all the
Texans-
time.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, put the phone away. Why you texting so much? And then she does it, and I have to say the same thing to her. So.
Damn right.
That's a good one.
It's a great. I just wonder if you were out to dinner with the Texans, should you have been texting with the Saints? You know, just like to keep.
No, they didn't take me to dinner.
They didn't even take you to
No,
dinner.
Charlie
Oh,
Casserly,
yeah.
you didn't take me to dinner, man.
Did you go
Incredible.
to any of these dinners in the draft process?
Nope.
Not
He didn't
one.
have to. He's the number one pick. Everyone knows.
Thank
Isn't that
you.
nuts? It's crazy.
New
What a
friend
story.
of the show, a guest we had on yesterday, Joe Montana. His nickname is
Joe Cool.
so the coolest player in the NFL. And Reggie, I want to know the coolest player you've ever played with.
Well,
The coolest NFL player, guys.
I had to get clear definition on.
So
So what's your
On
definition?
what?
define cool.
So to me, Joe Horn.
Joe Horn. Horn. I love it.
One of the coolest guys I ever played with. I actually watched.
I love that.
Actually, we were on a team plane going to play somewhere. He showed up in a cut-off sleeve suit. I've never seen this before. Literally, the suit was cut off right here, and he just had his traps and his arms out, or his biceps out. And that, to me, was one of the craziest, but also the coolest thing I've ever seen. So.
Always referred to himself in the third person.
And he also refers to himself in third person.
And brought out a cell phone.
Brought the cell phones out, yeah, in the end zone. One of the only ones to do that.
I think it's the only time it's ever been done.
A flip phone.
Yes. So I would say Joe Horn was the
Famous.
coolest
I
guy.
agree, too. What do you got?
You missed the commercial break where he goes, I think I'm going to go Drew Brees. And I go, for coolest player you've ever played with, Drew Brees?
Well, I had to get definition on what your
It's
cool
your
is. Or
definition.
what
I'm not saying Drew Brees isn't cool, but is he like the coolest player when I think...
Cool.
I
His name
think
is Brees.
Antonio Brown. I think, like, I guess I take it more of a swag way than like,
Well,
oh
that's
my
why-
God,
that's
it's so
why
cool I'm playing with Tom Brady. Or
I agree. This says a lot about the
Joe Horn.
person.
That's
What's
Joe
cool to you?
Horn.
What's cool to you?
I went with the
mind?
swag way, I guess.
All
I
right,
went
Peter.
Jalen Ramsey. I love Jalen. I think Jalen brings everything to the field. He talks the talk. He walks the walk. We haven't had him on our show before. We haven't had Jalen Ramsey. We got to get him on the show. I think he's the coolest guy. He's a young cat in the NFL, and he represents that next breed of brash-talking corners, just like Deion. I love Deion.
I love Deion. I love Jalen. But, Kay, I think what cool is just be you. I think what's the coolest thing is be confident in yourself. As I'm getting a little older, I'm starting to respect that more. That's why I think the coolest guy in the league is right here. Yeah, boy! Kirk Cousins doesn't give a damn what you think is cool. Or
Look
look at him getting off a plane with this bugle boy and a baby carrier about to sign a $500 billion contract. I love it. I bet he absolutely saved the receipt for that SUV so he could expense it.
Like, where's my conversion man? What is
Yeah, this is too much. We should have gone for a mid-size. I think that's cool because he's comfortable. He likes Creed. Go ahead and like Creed. It's arena rock with a Christian through line. That's fine. Be you. That's the coolest thing you can do.
Love that. You guys can play along at hashtag GMFE. Moving right along here on Whiteboard Wednesday. Friend of the show, Eli Manning, spoke very positively of teammate Odell Beckham Jr. on Monday. I'd like to know the song that best describes Eli's feelings for Odell.
All right. I'm going to go out on a limb.
What do we got?
I got Unforgettable by French Montana.
Okay.
It's not good enough for me.
It's not good enough for me.
Since I've been, I just think it fits perfectly into Eli's feelings about Odell. He's very unforgettable. He needs him.
He does.
And it hasn't been enough for him yet. He said that he wants to play with him for another 5, 6, 7, 8 years, however much longer he thinks he's going to play. So I think Eli views Odell as unforgettable.
I like
you
it.
are.
It's a great song.
Like that.
I'm going with Baby Come Back by Player.
Not allowed to sing it, Peter. Stop.
Stop singing.
I was wrong.
That's it? Okay.
That's it.
I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit here. There's a band back in the day called Buck Cherry, and they had a song whose song title I'm going to censor a little bit. But it went like crazy dot. Because basically Odell's saying, look, or Eli's saying, you're a little nuts, but you are so good. I got to have it. I don't want you to leave. I mean, you're a crazy dude, but you play so good. I mean, that's what I would say if I was, and that's really the truth of the matter. He's that good. I don't want to even say the lyrics, but everyone knows the sentiment I'm saying. It's a lot to take on, but that juice is worth the squeeze. It's worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's that good.
All eyes will be on friend of the show, John Dorsey, and the Browns later this month in Dallas. They, of course, picked number 1 and number 4 overall. The NFL GM whose war room that you would love to be a fly on the wall of that first day of the draft, that first night, is who?
Okay.
So there's 32 war rooms. They've got the GM, the owners, the front office, the staff, all of that, hanging out and making these huge investments and these decisions in their future. So which war room would you want to be in?
I'm going to go with the Giants, just because they got the second pick. Sorry, let me hold that up.
Hold that up.
They have the second pick in the draft, and I believe they should draft Saquon Barkley. However, there have been rumblings coming out of New York Giants teams that they might go with the quarterback. So they might draft a successor to Eli Manning, and I think, man, that would be a huge front page story if they end up drafting a quarterback.
Fly on the wall, if that's in there, and you're a part of the team, what are you pushing for? You're saying take Saquon?
I'm saying take Saquon because he gives you the chance to win right now. Obviously, if you draft a quarterback, you're planning for the future. But who knows how much longer Eli has? Was it 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? But giving that offense, Saquon Barkley, matched up with Odell Beckham and everybody else that they have in it, I just think it gives you the best ability to win right now.
I want to be in that room too, just to see, because if there's calls for Odell that night somehow.
Oh, for sure.
Even though when we do Bro around the clock, that's the most fascinating trade bait is Odell. What would I give for Odell? What wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I can't decide, so it would be great to see that.
You're talking about trades. I think the team that's going to be one of the most interesting ones to watch is the Buffalo Bills. That's who I'm picking. It's maybe not the sexiest team. They have the 12th and the 22nd pick, but they have one giant void right now, and that's their quarterback of the future. And whereas every other team in free agency, whether it be Denver, went and signed Keenum, and the Vikings went and got Cousins, and of course the Cardinals went and got Bradford, these guys sat back for a week and were like, we'll take A.J. McCarron and we'll roll with 2 draft picks and we'll figure it out. I think they're going to be working the phones, and I'm very curious to see where they end up in the draft. If they can trade all the way up to the top 5, or if they sit pretty at 12, or they settle with something in between. So Bills.
Yeah. We're all choosing the players in the draft, and I am too. If I'm going to be a fly on the wall, I want to see a legend at work. I'm going to go to Denver, and I want to watch this man. I call him Gangster John Elway. Peter, you were talking the other day off the air about there's certain organizations who just get it, how to do first class. There's certain to do it their own way. I just picture the Broncos war room is going to be nice, mahogany. I'm talking some Johnny Blue on ice for the pick, a nice steak spread and everything.
No ketchup.
And no ketchup at all. No. Peter gets pissed off. But also, John, what are you doing at 5? What are you doing at 5, my friend? Because I have a feeling that what you're not doing is nothing. I'm very fascinated not only by that, but to see one of the great ones, and I think it would be a classy class. I want to see the spoils of war in that war room. Gangster John O, that's my guy.
You guys are crazy. It's clearly the Patriots.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Like, if you really had to pick, would you not go to the Patriots?
I think it'd be fascinating from the draft perspective, but boring as a spectacle to watch. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there'd be a Cirque du Soleil.
You've got a lot of dynamics. How involved is Kraft? Does Belichick run the whole show? Because is Josh McDaniels even in that room? I don't know, right?
He better be.
Is he making his case for, like, maybe let's take a quarterback and go with that?
Josh McDaniels,
but you know what I'm saying? How does that work? There's so many picks there, like always with the trades.
The image that we have is that Belichick just receives calls.
Yes.
But does Belichick proactively, like, make a call? I can't even imagine him, like, calling Buffalo, like, I want you to pick. Like,
is he on a rotary phone?
I can't even imagine. I can picture him answering the phone, but dialing to, like, does he? I don't know. Does he proactively do that?
Belichick doesn't dial.
No, right? Like, I don't dial you.
He says, Siri, call the Jets. Whatever the hell he does. I'd like to see that.
That's Whiteboard Wednesday. You guys can tweet the show at #GMFB. Speaking of the Patriots, Martellus Bennett used to play for them. He's hanging it up. We'll talk to him about that decision, what would